I'm grabbing some space in the center. It's free real estate. I'm grabbing some space in the center. It's free real estate.
Okay. So actually, how I'm thinking is backwards.
That's the way. Oh, I'm grabbing some space in the center. It's free real estate.
Sorry. I don't want to talk yet. Honestly, he kind of scared me too. So this is honestly wrong, and the reason why taking all that is bad, and this is not the line that we want, especially if he was to take it, because it feels awkward for us is because after he has us on check and we do have to block, there's so much space, and once he brings out this and he brings out another check and we either have this to defend, it's just so much. So I'm trying to force out this line because of the advanced, or I'm sorry, that looked ugly. Yeah, that looks ugly. Because of the advanced, or because if the knight was still back on B1 and the C2 pawn can push down, then we could trade and all this and that. But because the knight is out early, the best move actually is just a take. And I'm thinking backwards because I'm thinking, all right, if I bring it out and this goes, and and it start moving around, but that is the whole point, because this is already pinned and this is already making their queen side weak, which is gonna make them want to push to castle on the king side more, which is obviously why we're playing into this, which is to destroy. Okay, so in this scenario, we do not want to break it open. We want to get our bishop out, and then maybe let me see something. He's attacking here too, right? So the queen came out. What do we do here though? Do we just go up? It's the most basic move to make, but is it the correct move? Don't want this to break at all. unless it's coming from this and we take back, then you know we don't we don't mind that. But we do not want to break this at all. You know, we're still protecting this, so. We can just focus on attacking. Yeah. So we did have to do this, huh? Okay. I just wanted to see, just in case, you know, we had some other tactics. What about going here? Oh, this is the correct move. Wow. This is the correct move then. So it's not the opposite side. And this is still good. And look, now it's putting pressure. Let's see what happens. And you know everybody's going to react. I'm sorry, bro. Everybody's going to react to this. Of course, this is weak, so what happens now? What happens? One of your pieces and added more fuel to the fire. You're really building up the pressure on my pawn. I need a hint. Oh, wow. Wow, because look, it's still guarded. Look, wow, this is crazy. Either way, we still, wow, this is crazy. I'm moving my queen to a safer spot. Yep, you saw it. Nice. You spotted my idea and avoided it like a boss. Probably have the bishop getting threatened. Either, you know, the knight's coming there pretty soon. Most likely here to help here. That's what my biggest scare is right now. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay. So this is me. What are you looking at right now? First of all, I know this is gonna be wanting to come soon. Not really. Maybe more towards here, defend this pawn more. Yeah, maybe one of these are more realistic. Maybe start pushing this out. Let's see. You know, obviously, bring the knight out. Maybe start wanting to jump into here. Start playing around with that square. Something like that. Right. So these squares. These squares. These are the main squares right here I had to pay attention to, which is mostly the light squares, which now they're not focused on. These are the main squares. So no matter what, we had to create the most tension, like I said, because of knowing the fact that our light square bishop is so weak. Even though we're still getting these good bookmarks now, right? This is the order, we got it. Queen came out for whatever reason. We attacked, got the rook out, and then queen got the best bookmark move. Even from here, let's see, realistically, where are the only squares the queen can go to? Oh, literally it's just here. That's literally it. So from here, okay. That means no matter what, if we get into this line, this is best outcome scenario for us. If the queen ever comes out with knight to c3 early. So from here, we should want to honestly focus on preventing this. It's probably gonna be the most annoying thing, really. And this queen being here still. Still have this, honestly. And then if that, we always have this one. Right? Boom, 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 boom. Get one of these light ones, but you know, see whatever happens, focused on over there. But I don't think there's gonna be too much play because I know at the end of the day, you know, that might be, you know, just to start trapping up, but and the thing is, there's no way he's gonna want to he's not gonna, even if he goes through all that, he's not gonna want a castle on this side. It's just too much extension. And I'm already having nice. Unless he wants to play that and we could play the long game, eventually, and continue our storm push. And then we would just have to continue eventually learning on from there if we want to learn. And we will continue figuring out that we're from here, we will learn the queen side if he does do that. But we're still expecting him to want to castle on the king side. And with his queen being here and most people wanting to, he's gonna want to continue to develop. That would be the most basic, this is like, I feel like above 1000, especially like when you really start getting to learn and master things and people can start playing around. And those are different lines, to start understanding. But for now, we're just thinking of the basics. And we're gonna expect moves like bishop, to e2, bishop to d3, knight to e2, knight to f3, these type of moves. And it is hard. And then, okay, let's say also we ever have to move. Let's say he wants to play these type of lines. We also don't really want to block. You know what I mean? We don't want to block. One thing that we had to be wary of, if we do want to play this line, if we ever do want to get into, stacking our white bishop into b7, then we have to make sure that if they ever attack our bishop, we have to go backwards. Either, I don't know about what if we do this? Wow, did we find it? Was that what the best move? Okay, we found this move. Now let's see. There are no rated games. Nobody plays bishop. Literally nobody plays bishop to f6. What? Highest. Why would anybody do that? Bruh. Yeah, that makes sense. Which we understand that, but why not? French defense, Winawer variation. Only go this way. You can only go that way. Most people are gonna choose going back to the center. I feel like most people would choose go back to the center because why would you want your queen on the side? Nobody would realistically want that. So this makes sense. I feel like 2 moves you will probably see at least 2 moves. Maybe these ones, but you know, who knows. And then even here, you know, you have them move like something like this, or I don't know. But from here, since you control it, you can find one to grab more central squares. Good job fighting for the center. That's where the real chess happens, folks. Say what? Alright, but I know I wanted to get all fancy with it and whatever. What do we do here, really? What is a good play? How do we keep attacking? Got this move. If I do this, none of these are really great moves, okay. That is such a nice move. Wow, that is beautiful actually. It's So how did we get here again? Let's remember. Right? Basic. E4, C3. Right? E6, D5, right? Then you got D4. You got bishop, right? Pending the knight. Queen, early queen to G4 for some reason. You got your knight out, takes. Rook. Only move he can make. Bring your bishop out. He moves back. Boom. Look at this. Now we break the center again. Beautiful. Take. Threatening. Look at this. Wow. He takes our pawn. This is his best move. That would be so crazy. Alright. I tried it. Well, just threaten the queen instead. Don't give a fuck about none of this other stuff. Cause you know you got this. You know there's gonna finally come out. And all this and that. Just deal with your actual problem. Focus on it. Right here. The queen is right here. Feel the tension. Build the tension and get him out of your nope. Sorry. Get him out of your half. You see? Look. Get him out of your half. Look at the tension this queen has stressing, and look at how many times this queen has moved. Actually, let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times this queen has moved. I feel like now we take. look at how good this is. Because this is one of the only moves. Then you got either this, still take. Oh, I can't take that way. But I'll definitely take this way. No. See, obviously. Whatever, bro. You know what I'm trying to do? If he goes here, boom. I take. Right? He takes. I take. And look at how much control we still have. Yeah, he still might have more control over this, but look at a loose knight, a black bishop that's gonna have no type of synergy with none of his pieces, and maybe be able to queenside if he decides he wants to move this first after the sacrifice of all of these pieces. So maybe he goes here, but if he goes here, I just attack, I assume. No, I can't, because then you got your problem right here. He goes here. Maybe I just push up. I push up. He only has this, 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 which I could just take. Or this, which none of them are good options. So his best one is to just go back, really. Because if not, his knight is completely trapped. And from here, we go. No. Oh yeah, we go here again. Like, I wanted to read what he says here. He says, you saw the threat and dodged a good board awareness. Okay. Discovered attack, one of my absolute favorite tactics. Discovered attack. On my pawn. Oh man. And look at how bad this square is right now. See, this is the thing with the white squares. Cause we do have a lot of momentum, but look, if we don't play this right, even though we're still protecting, and he still has all of these pieces and everything. The one good thing is look at how much I have intruded into his defense already. Look, his middle square is already damaged. Look at how much his queen has to stress just to continue to like stay here now. and protect this. And how much this bishop is focused onto this now. Even though like it would rather want to be here, but if I loosen up this area and I loosen up this attack, you know, everything that we've been building is gonna go to waste. So we have to really make sure that we stay in here. So we gotta focus on how we're gonna do that. And this guy is now on him. I think we go here, no. We go here, no. And it says that look at how much it says that I'm up. But even here, it is still kind of difficult. And you can honestly mess this up. So I'm gonna study this more and I'll get back with y'all. We could have a part 3 to this. Yeah, this is honestly really interesting, and if I can really end up mastering this, this is gonna get crazy. So we're definitely gonna do a part 3 to this. I'll get back with y'all. Stay tuned in.